Okay. When I tell you this week was probably the craziest week. No, I had a few crazy weeks, but when I tell you this week, and this week was crazy. Okay, now mind you, I'm just gonna crash out a little bit on you guys because this is the vlog that I'm working on. I had a feeling you were recording. Yo. And I hate editing the video again because, oh my God, Jesus, I'm tired. Okay. That sound when it comes to like Black people just doing their thing, and then there's always like a white person that's, you know, staring or hating or just interrupting. That's my family. We need one for the family. Because why is it every single episode? I think we're used to it now. How many episodes did I put out? I think I put out like, I don't know, I'm just gonna guess, like over 50 videos since last year. And every single video, minus the shorts, they've been just coming in and just be like, oh, okay, can I ask you a question? Why can't I have time to myself? And mind you, I'm like tearing up because I'm like, I just want to be alone. My sister is here this weekend because I'm going to show you, you know, me going back to the salon, like a physical salon. So I'm not in my home salon anymore. I'm outside. And I enjoyed being inside for a while. And I was inside the house for about, since December, kind of, because I hate winter. So this is all my fault. But when it comes to just being outside, I mean, I don't think COVID ruined that for me, but just being outside with people when people are crazy. Like, I just try to keep my peace and energy to myself. And when I have to go outside, you know, no one's even doing nothing to me, mind you. This is me overthinking everything when I go outside. So it was just a lot this weekend, and so I'm going to tell you between these last 2 weeks of me recording and doing everything else, and then having to, like, my thing, I think what it really is me not having a car and me having to put extra work into getting outside and doing things I need to do to support my family. And I think I'm not used to it, and the last 2 weeks, I'm recording from last week all the way to this week. This is tiring. So being an entrepreneur who don't trust nobody is not a flex anymore to me, you know. And I specifically think it's because when I had the baby, just everything changes. And I am obviously not blaming the baby, but I do not feel like myself at all. Like, I'm the complete opposite of myself. I actually complain a lot more. I'm tired more. I'm irritable more. Not because of the baby specifically, but the body change that happens after you have a baby. And maybe it's after the boy. He's a boy. And you know, okay. I'm gonna tell you, you know, what happened during this whole week from last week, because this video is about me getting back into the business, technically, and physically the business, a salon, not the home salon, because we're gonna talk about a few things today. But I'm just, you know, mental note right now, I'm just making sure y'all know where I'm coming from, because a lot of people is like, oh, you could do this, you could do that, and there's no excuses. Oh, hell no. I used to be like that, where I knew there was no excuses, because I grew up with a workaholic mom. I grew up always doing what I needed to do to survive, and these last 2 weeks have been it has been a nice journey. And honestly, out of all this whole ordeal, I know specifically what this is. This is me. I went from just not really doing anything to the transition. I'm in a transition phase, you know, because I've been through the transition phase before. And now we're on our way to what we need to be. And so this part of my life is going to be the hardest, in my opinion. Going back to a story where I knew what type of game plan I'm on right now with life. I think it was 1 or 2 years after the baby was born. Lily, 7 years. She's 8 years old right now. And that's when I was like, I'm gonna change my life, right? And those couple of months or up to a year where I wanted to change my life, I was doing Amazon 4 days a week and then doing Lyft for the rest of the week while my husband take care of the baby, you know? Because I just knew what time I was on, you know? I'm not worried about a grown man for anything. And, you know, that took a lot of hard work where I was sleeping 2 hours a day. 2 hours. You hear them? No, I hear them. I hope you don't hear them. This baby, I think he cries so much. But anyways, I was at the time where I was commuting back and forth to Boston, right? Every single week for beauty school. And mind you, I graduated college, so I was like, I'm in a business. I gotta create what I really want for my life. And I always been into beauty. I wanted to do hair since I was 16 years old. And I was not gonna be that mom who doesn't say follow your dreams. And I went to follow my dreams. So this whole dream transition is hard. So at that time, 2018 through 2000, oh my gosh, sorry. 2017 through 2019, yes. In beauty school, work at Amazon and Lyft, 2 hours of sleep. So I'll get 1 hour in the morning and 1 hour at night. And then on weekends, I'll kind of sleep the whole weekend, right? And I didn't have time with Lily, my daughter, and which was frustrating, but I knew I was gonna set up life for her. And then when it came to, you know, just, oh my God, he's still crying. When, you know, I ended up, you know, changing our lives. 2019, I decided to go into the salon business, the salon suite business, and it's been uphill from there. And then, you know, starting all over with the baby, this boy, he is my adorable child, you know, love him. Why are they coming closer? I hear them coming closer. My sister is here for a reason. I'm letting you know that right now. So, you know, that was a hard time in my life, but, you know, our lives changed because of it. I was making more money than I ever imagined. To even get up to $52,000 a year, I never did that before because I did like 12,000 or 18, which I remember. 18 was my highest job. I can't remember what I did. And to get up to that in like 6 months, and then the next year it was like 52,000, and then the third year was 85,000. So I feel like I excelled beyond my means in general within my family, college, school. I worked hard, and then, you know, to have a baby and you can't do that anymore, and then everything kind of trickles down and falls apart where you're not making that anymore. It's almost heartbreaking. So now I'm in my transitional phase where my maternity leave that I had since I had it all of 24 technically, because I was trying to still be in the salon space, and that's why I had the home salon. But after opening up the salon in October, and it wasn't a good fit. I was there for like 3 weeks, and I was like, it's not the same, or it wasn't something I wanted at that time. I thought I wanted it, but I was like, no, I need more work and whatever. So I ended up, you know, closing that down and just going on an extensive training for myself, you know, reprogramming my brain, working on new things, developing the YouTube channel, because I was just like, I would love for people to see this journey, because I'm gonna be excited for this journey, because I'm gonna look back on this and be like, look where I was. And for the last 2 weeks, just this is what you're gonna see of the transition happening, because now I have a place to be. I'm reading a text. Do you want that or a burger? I can put it aside for you. What if I say I want a burger? Why would I choose anything else? I'm sorry. Sometimes my husband's an idiot. Anyways, so you're gonna see this transition because we're still going through a journey right now. It's a great transition. It's okay, because I feel like nothing is the worst thing in my life was getting 2 hours of sleep every day. So when I'm going through this transition right now, I'm trying to better our life again, and then, you know, building a Loc brand, which is almost unheard of, you know, in my opinion. I haven't seen no one build a Loc brand. You know, they just pop out and be like, this is what it is, and, you know, that's the brand. But I want y'all to see the ins and outs, because in my I'm just trying to build that type of, you know, community with the Locked and Pretty Academy, you know, because some people wouldn't even consider locks profitable, you know, and I do. This is what changed my life. So I'm like, oh no, all this information I have right now, we're definitely like 85 grand. That's a little bit of money right now, because I already know. Now I have way more knowledge. Now I know about more things, and let's see what 2025 holds. So although I created in the last 2 weeks before crashing out, I made my videos. Like, that's why everything's been late, because I make them, and I think I was having such a hard time articulating them at the time that today we're gonna do them over, okay? And I'm sorry they're late, but my life is chaos, and based on all this chaos, a little tight, I don't have a car, so I'm doing all this without a car. Like, all this transition stuff without a car. I had a car before. I don't have a car now. So I just want you to see this journey for the last 2 weeks, what I've been dealing with, what I've been going through, but it's all gonna pay off, trust me. And on my, actually, let me show you guys. I'm gonna pull this my wall that I keep on looking at when y'all are in the video. Hold on, let me back up. Oh no. So look at my wall, and there used to be way more than this. Hold on, let me push this light. That's when Lily was like, what, 1.5? But look at all this. Remember, you accomplished this. Paid so much money for that Sister Loc class. Finally, I'm a Sister Loc trainee. Debbie, the one who introduced me in the salon. Debbie, look at I put keep trying, you don't give up, you didn't even start yet. That's why I was in the salon, because she said that to me. And of course, that's my calendar. There's not too much there, but I've been doing a lot, and I can't even do this right now. I can't do my Loc jewelry. Like, this is crazy. And specifically, I have other things, Trust Your Journey, you know, Fenty Beauty. That's what I'm looking at as a Black-owned business. You know, I don't know if it's owned by her right now. I love The Office, you know, things. I have a real estate thing that I'm actually working on too. I have this right here. Your attitude determines your direction. And right here, this is what my best friend gave me, and she just knows what to say to me. But specifically right here, where is it? Right here, Michael. So I was doing Lyft in December, before the car went AWOL. And I specifically wrote down this guy. Michael from Lyft gave up on his dreams about being an engineer. He was 1 point away. He never went back. It's 20 years ago. Do not give up. No regrets. I love regrets because there's a funny movie that, you know, if you know the movie, you know the movie. So, you know, right here, be consistent, stop being afraid of your potential. I watched 600 Pound Life because I am a little bit overweight after the baby, so I have to, this story inspired me. Henry from 600 Pound Life, his story was crazy because he was always, you know, going back because his family always ate the food that he loved, and it was hard, you know. And Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the substance of all things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. I always go back to this because this is how I was in a shelter literally saying this, and that's how I got out of it too, because there was people there for years, and that was crazy. So, and you know, my daughter's drawings, year 2, talented to be bro, things like that. Now, this week, like I said, my sister's here because I need a babysitter. I don't trust people outside. So, you know, she's here over the weekend whenever I go to Boston to do my client's hair. I'm in a new shop right now. So I'm gonna just show you the transition on how I did that. This is my first official vlog that I'm doing because, you know, we're trying to make YouTube organized. And I'm just gonna say this right now, for content creators who are possibly moms or, you know, just what I seen, you know, I know YouTube or just content don't show, you know, the behind the scenes, but holy goodness for you, like, this is a lot. Having a physical job, owning Locd and Pretty on Etsy, making bonnets, and then having to promote my regular locdandpretty.com, which is harder. More people order off of Etsy because it's more known. So just to market and get out there, have people book. Like, I don't know what's easier. This right here, even having longer content on YouTube is a lot harder for me because I'm used to you know, Instagram and TikTok, like minute videos. That I could do that easily. I do it in my sleep. I do it on the way to something, but making content on YouTube is a lot harder. So kudos, and I give you your applause if you are doing that, because this is hard. But we choose our hard, right? We're motivated. We're changing our life, right? The hard back then was not being able to sleep. And now the hard right now is trying to juggle everything and be consistent with it. I applaud everyone. Even if you're thinking about content and, you know, doing day in the life, figuring out who you are. This is me really right now. I'm trying not to complain and whine and all that, but that's what I'm doing. So if you want to go down this route, you gotta come up with a plan. I don't care. I do a lot of ChatGPT stuff. I do the schedules. My days are so busy and random. That's why I can never follow through with most of the things I create. So that's what we're on right now, is we're working on that, okay? And I'm working on me as a mom. You see my skin? My nails, I painted them the other day. They all went. They went the day after when I was washing hair and all that and doing color. Trying to be natural. I'm more mad at that because I had some nice, cute nails. But anyways, here's the video now. I'm sorry. I'm serious. So like I said, I definitely made my vlog video, and I made my content for the Doc Psychology video, and they were really full videos, but now instead of just posting them, I actually do check them a lot now, because like I said, we're on a platform where we're excelling to get better, and both videos are, I think my vlog video is better than this one. So that's why we're gonna do them over, and we're starting with the vlog video, okay? So one thing my sister taught me, which I thought was a little bit easier for me, was the fact that to do voiceovers, because sometimes I am nervous when it's like a live camera and I don't think people understand what I'm talking about. So, you know, not having the camera on me when I'm explaining something has really helped. And so that's why I'm just gonna kind of over talk what I was doing right here, and then just show you a couple of clips just to get, you know, an understanding of what I'm talking about. So of course here I'm talking about, I'm not interested in people coming to my house anymore. That's about it. Obviously I mean, you wanted me. Because what did you want? Why did you come in here? Why did you meow? Now, of course, aside from my family, I'm just letting you know that I, of course, am still taking clients at my home, which is totally fine. And I'm also making content, I'm promoting, I'm making sure that new clients know exactly what I want for our services to be. And that's how I have no problems at all. Like, it's easy. Because, you know, the right clients come to you when you have a standard, you know? And, you know, I'm making content. I'm especially on social media. I'm working on my website, which is this is hard. But it's slowly growing. You know, that's a good sign. And of course, I'm working out because I just need to. This mommy weight is so hard to get rid of. It's definitely hard after the second child. So, you know, on that Wednesday I was talking about where I was just like ready to go and just, you know, go get like a salon job. Like I needed to work somewhere. And of course I made my outfit because I was super proud of this outfit and looking hot. So, you know, we start early in the morning about like 7 a.m. I think I'm on the lift at 7 a.m. I'm taking my baby with me because there's absolutely no one to take care of him until I go to Boston with my mom. And I recorded the bus because it's always packed and I haven't been on a bus in a while in Boston. This is actually the less crowded bus. I'm so sorry if you know this person. I don't know him like that. Sorry, the camera's in his face. I'm sorry. But, you know, I'm creating content and I'm just contacting the guy. I contacted a few Boston salons, including Rhode Island. No one answered me except for this one guy in Boston. And I'm like, you know what? If you're answering me, that's like a sign to, you know, kind of check you out so that I can actually start these services. Because in my opinion, I'm a city girl and Rhode Island ain't it if you a city person. So I ended up, you know, definitely contacting him and I'm like, I'm going to meet you on Wednesday because we rescheduled because he has something to do. And so I'm going all there. It takes like 3 to 4. It takes a bus, a train, and then another bus, and that's like 3.5 hours. And of course, I'm walking everywhere. So you get off the bus, you walk towards, you know, his place, his establishment. It's not at that barbershop right there, but it's still in the same area. And we had a good time to talk, and then. To me, I told him, I said, if I go out this door, you know, I want you, you know, let me know, like, if I could work here. And he's like, oh, I'll keep you in the loop. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm serious. If I walk out the door, I'm looking for another place. But I ended up leaving and I'm walking down the street because Boston's full of salons, churches, liquor stores. You're going to find something. And I found the other salon that you saw in the picture that just went really fast. And, you know, I like the lady. I like the people there. It was quiet. And I was like, you know, I could just definitely check it out. Let's go. So of course I'm walking back because it was easy. It was just one street, and I was like, you know what, I'm staying right here because I just don't like finding extra places to go. I don't like doing extra stuff because if I feel the place is great, it's gonna work for me. And of course, you know, before you leave Boston, you got to get a Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I don't care, black, white, Spanish. I don't care who you are, rich, poor. You're getting a Dunkin' Donuts coffee. We don't do Starbucks like that over here. But remember, I'm also still at home taking clients. And I want you to know what my brother was saying right here. Like I said, I'm on this weight loss journey as well as a mommy. And me and my brother challenged each other to actually, you know, lose this weight. And this is how we talk to each other.
Just wanted to show you I'm outside doing this outdoor walk. Somehow, some way, close my exercise ring. What are you doing, nigga? Working? What you gonna do your squats while you doing the dreads? Nah, nigga, it's not enough. You're gonna have to work 10 times harder.
Now he don't know that
I want to keep it up here.
Specifically losing the weight for myself.
That's some fat shit. Now I'm gonna go run.
He don't
See what you do? See what you did?
So I let him talk his trash, and we do bad trash talk where some people, if they heard it, they're like, oh my god. But that's how we motivated each other to actually get our stuff done. I'm not sure if it's because of the trauma of our childhood or something, but that's how we talk to each other. And he lost at least 10 pounds in 2 weeks. And I don't know how much I lost, but I know I can fit in these now. I'm just saying. So next thing I'm going to show you is my first day there. I'm technically still taking the train and bus over there, but this time I took Lyft going towards the train station, and then a Lyft at the end of the day. Yesterday I took it back home to Rhode Island, because when I tell you I was done with my clients, I got out at like 9, yeah, and which is normal, but because I don't have a car, I had to actually take the bus and train back. So when I looked at the time to actually do all that, I was gonna be home at 12:43 in the morning. No. And so I was just like, I'm gonna do it. This is probably gonna be the most expensive Lyft I ever paid for, and it was $63. Now I know some people probably pay more than that, but I'm not used to paying that. I'm used to paying $6-7 to get somewhere quick, and then the biggest amount was probably $24, because I started going to the train station from wherever I'm at, Woonsocket to Attleboro or Providence. It's like $20-30 between that range, depending on the day and whatever they're doing. And so I'm like, oh, this is a lot too, because I'm not used to paying that. I'm used to paying for gas. That's $35 that lasts all week, and I get everywhere. But I'm like, you know what? It's okay. It's more expensive to actually do Lyft and bus and train. It's time consuming, and it's more expensive to just not own a car. I'm just saying, in my opinion of owning cars. So I'm just going to show you what we did. Now, mind you, I did my video on time. I was recording in my room before. This is the day before too. That's why I was like, oh, it's going to be here on Saturday, because I had time to do it. And going over it, because I wasn't pleased, you know, perfection and everything. I wanted everyone to understand where I was coming from the dark psychology video. So of course I made it, and now I'm like, no, I got to make it over. So sorry that you have to wait, because I'm a perfectionist and nothing gets done. Okay, so sorry. So here we are the next day. I'm preparing in the morning because I fell asleep last night, the night before, because I did 5-mile jog, my first time ever, trying to beat my brother like a crazy woman. I don't suggest it. I still feel it in my legs right now, 2 days later. Stick to the 3-mile. But I was preparing everything. I was freaking out. I didn't work out that morning, so I was already stressed because I was trying to, like I said, I was trying to beat him. But I ended up getting ready on time. I destroyed my sewing room like crazy. But as you can see, I can fly, taking the train. I mean, I'm fine with it. Taking the train there, public transportation. It's not a huge ordeal. But when I got to Boston, I went directly to the beauty supply, because when I tell you it's not out here, I'm telling you, it's horrible. So of course I got into the salon, and my first client was actually a class, a retwist class. One of my clients' husbands actually wanted to actually learn how to retwist his hair. So
like
I taught, and he's a white boy,
but not too
white
much.
boy.
Like about
so
this?
if I'm teaching a white boy how to retwist hair, and you see the results,
Perfect.
he's doing a really good job. And I'm telling you, if I could teach a white boy how to retwist locks perfectly, then I could teach anyone, because he don't know nothing about our hair. And he was concentrating so hard. I really appreciate the fact that he wanted to learn about his husband's hair, and that's what he did. So I was teaching him. It did take about a 4-hour retwist on the top of his head, because he only had the top of his locks. And I mean, it was fine, because like I said, he don't know anything about our hair. And for him to be willing to learn and actually do his hair is totally fine. So I'll be taking care of his husband's hair, which is my client. Times he need to go to like an event or something, and he's just gonna maintain it in the meantime. Because sometimes, and it was basically because I moved to Rhode Island. You know, my clients, sometimes they have to go to other places because it's a long drive, and they're not willing to make that, which is totally fine. And that's why I had services times where I came to them. I always came to their place in Boston. So you know, I made time for travel, but it's like sometimes, you know, you could just come to the salon and then you're good. But he ended up doing a really good job, which I'm proud of him. And I will say my first, like, I haven't experienced a salon, like a full salon, since 2017. And when I went to my first salon in Springfield, Mass, you know, I ended up hating it because it was just so much people. It was so much voices. It wasn't loud, but it was just too much people. And I think, you know, in my opinion, being inside, being in my home salon, or even being at my salon, you know, where it was only one person, it was, you know, I was very introverted. So now coming back out and away from the shadows, you know, I ended up, you know, not being used to so much noise and when I first was there. So it was very, very loud. Everyone was talking. The TV was blasting with music. It was a lot. So, I mean, it was fine for me and my clients here, but my other client who was similar to me, you know, we had a hard time in the beginning because we actually had to sit in the front with them because, you know, my client here was taking over my station, which is in the back where it's away from everyone. So we had a little bit of hard time, you know, talking to each other. We usually talk all the time, and now we're like laughing at the fact that we can't even hear each other. But there's nothing, absolutely, I have learned there's absolutely nothing wrong with these type of booth rental salons. It's all in my head. And I ended up, you know, enjoying the fact that, you know, no one was bothering me. No one was in my face, because that's what I had when I first was in full salons. Like, everyone was near you. They were people were so close. These people did not care about me. They were just talking. They were doing their thing. They were with their own clients. And I overthought the situation, which made me not want to actually, you know, be in a full salon. So I ended up, you know, enjoying my first day there. It was hard at first in like the first couple hours, but I enjoyed my day there. So definitely recommend if you are just needing a place to just be somewhere. Definitely, you're okay with being at a booth rental. It's okay. You don't have to go directly in a salon suite like I always thought. And now that I'm out of the house, you know, I feel a little bit more free because I didn't bring my kids here. Usually I bring my kids to the salon. It was like freedom. So I ended up not, you know, being overwhelmed like I thought I would be because, you know, anxiety. You know? So I ended up, while my client was working here with his client, he did say that he wants to come back for another, you know, class, but I'm like, okay, that's okay. And, you know, it was a great experience to have. You know, we actually got to interact with other people, which a few videos on social media was talking about the fact that there's no more community. And I did agree with that because I'm definitely fine with not being amongst so many people. I have like a lot of social anxiety. That's why it's even hard to do these YouTube videos or even content, you know. So we ended up just enjoying our first day there. And when I tell you my other client, she was just like, she's like, oh my gosh, you know, it feels like the 90s. This is the last time we were both in the salon. Yeah. I just finished my last one in a row. So, you know, of course, I ended up checking on him, of course, and making sure he's doing the correct thing, if he needed any help. And it just happened to just run into my next client. That's why I have to always check on him. Okay, it's my third child. Look at it. He did a good job. He definitely did. I know it looked crazy right there, but he did a good job. And of course, I'm with my client right here, you know, we're talking, enjoying the scene. And, you know, the main thing I did when I first got this salon, you know, this salon booth, was I make sure the bathroom is clean and the sink works. Because we could be outside, shoot. I just need a clean bathroom and a sink that has high pressure water for my clients to brush out their hair. And that's what they had. And the lady is so nice. Her name is Gladys. She's so nice. And I realized it's like a braiding salon. There's definitely a lot of African songs. Yep, we listen to a lot of Afro beats, and I'm learning more right now.
That one was really like that because I couldn't paint it myself because I was pregnant.
But I will say, based on just what I was trying to accomplish, I do a lot of recording and everything. And what I noticed on TikTok, because I've been trying to get my followers up to TikTok to convert them into, clients. I went on, what was it, live. I go on live a couple of times just to, kind of let people know who I am. And when I tell you, I think I'm done with live because there'll be people in the chat and I'm like, hey, I'm going to ask you guys questions. Do you have locks? Do you not have locks? Do you want to start your journey? People are on your live for a reason. And so when you are just in my live and I'm asking you these questions and you're not going to text anything, I'm just like, why are you here then? Like, why are you physically here? And I know there's people that watch a lot of people. I'm totally fine. You can watch whatever you need to watch. But there comes a point where, I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone of trying to interact with people. And the fact that people actually don't interact, it's crazy to me. Like, I was there, and when I'm trying to get out, like, you don't want to say anything. You don't want to ask questions. Why are you watching me? It's weird, So, I remember specifically asking the two people, because, a lot of people left, and then there's two people left, because I was just in the middle of my next client, you'll see. And I was like, hey, do y'all have any questions? And it was just there. There were just two people there. And I was just like looking at the camera like, okay, do you, how's your day going? I was like, do you want to talk about anything? And they were just there, and I was like, oh my God, this is weird. And that's what stops me from actually being, very social, because I know I'm weird, but people are weird. They just watch you, and I don't like that. I mean, I know it's social media. I'm overthinking right now. But I just think after this week, I'm just not doing any more lives because it's just weird. So right here, obviously, I'm showing how my edge control is. My edge control is very strong. It's very nice. It smells good. I have to order some more because I'm just utilizing my client right here so we can see her edges and everything. She's postpartum too. And of course, my brother came by because he was like, oh, you're going to be in Boston. Let me get my hair done, And I was like, okay, we'll do your hair. What do you want? And he wanted red on top of his head and then, black at the bottom. And I'm like, you don't want, red at the bottom too? And he's like, no. So I thought that would be cool. But he wanted just this because I'm pretty sure he saw some guy that I feel like he saw this before because I saw this before. So I was like, okay, bet, we'll do it. Now, one thing I would say is it was a great day. It was a long day, and that's when I ordered my expensive honesty lift. It was good. I will say, just based on the fact that just getting around has actually made me even more tired, because if I'm working out hard and my days are busy, and now I have to travel back and forth to Boston Thursdays through Saturday, which is not that bad, but on foot, it's a little bit hard, and I can't honestly have an excuse or complaining about it, because people go through this every single day. And because I don't have a car anymore, that's what's bugging me, the fact that I can't accomplish things a little bit on the faster route. I have to spend way more money to even travel to get anywhere. So I just hope this doesn't discourage people, because I'm gonna go through it for you, and I want some people to just be like, oh, well, she did it, then I could do it, whatever you're going through. I don't want to complain my life away. I don't want my YouTube videos to be me crashing out and be like, I can't do it anymore, because there's a lot of days, especially if you don't see me on social media, where I'm just having a mental day of I can't do this. I made a video the other day. I talked to myself because I was just like, I have to do this. Like, this is nothing. Like, at least you're getting sleep. You're getting at least 6 hours. Like, you can get there. So I have to talk to myself because it's only me stopping me. And I'm just hoping I can be like an example for like moms who want to get out of what they're going through. Because you can. I did it with the first baby, and I'm gonna do it with the second baby. I think the main hardest part, it's not even the car, it's not the traveling, it's not anything like that, but it's the fact that the mental part of trying to keep yourself together, trying to remain happy, trying not to blow up, because back in the day I was emotionally unstable. So I had a teacher during beauty school that just would, nag at me, the fact that I'm away from people, you need to be with people, or you're doing locks again, we're doing this, we're doing that, or you're doing a Russian hairstyle. It was like a Russian updo that I was doing because I just wanted to do stuff. And he would just always complain that I'm doing something else rather than wanting to do the basic things on a mannequin, that just the color doesn't work with the mannequin. So I don't know. I had a lot of problems with my teacher in beauty school, which caused me to blow up in his face. I had and the school director, her school's closed now. That's funny. Her school's closed now. I wonder why. But she just always would think I had an attitude. And I'm like, I don't have an attitude. I just don't like how you're approaching me. So I match energy automatically. So if you're already approaching me a certain type of way, I'm going to be a certain type of way. I'm going to 10 times, 100 times. I'm not letting you win this type of attitude that you're trying to get with me. So, back in the day, I was emotionally immature, and I don't want to be that way on this transition with my life. I'm a lot better. I had therapy, so yeah. But the leftover postpartum depression is still here. That's what I'm really working with. And that's why I'm like, the best thing to do is self-care for me. That's why I'm working out. That's why I'm taking care of my skin. I got my skin products and everything. I had my nails. They're gone. As you can see, my video had green nails. Those things ripped up because I was rushing and I put too much gel. Just fell apart. Amazon. So, hopefully this intrigues someone to just really work on your dreams. This is hard. This is hard, but I refuse to be mediocre. I refuse to be average. Like, we're not doing that. Okay. So, this is the vlog of me getting back to business, and I hope you enjoy it. You can ask me questions, and don't forget, locdandpretty.com. I have services, products, and education that I'm willing to, spread and, make the lock people happy. Just share my page, please, because I'm trying to get out of what I'm going through right now. So, the more you promote, the more you support, that's amazing. Even just talking about it just makes me feel so good. It's like, yes, they're talking, they're interested, But again, if you have any questions, let me know. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I will see you in the next video, which I'm going to make right after this. So stay locked and pretty, okay?